Hello everyone and welcome back. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you may have already seen this build done. A few weeks ago we completed it on a live stream in about 3 hours. I figured that since Tony was such a good sport about it, we'd produce a full video for it. What do you say we get started? As with the previous build, there's no blister that's better than the one that it's in, so I'm going to try to get this one off the card. Well, it's not perfect, but I've learned how to clean the excess paint off of the blisters once I've got them off, so this one will work. All these graphics and these silly redline rims are about to leave the building. As I drill out the pegs, I'd like to bring your attention to a couple of things. First, go check out Tony's Hot Rod Garage. It's a great channel, he does some cool lives, and he's a good dude, so give him some support. Second, I'd like to bring your attention to his real job. Well, one of them anyway. He's got a side business called Gunslinger Graphics. If you want a t-shirt or a hat with your logo on it, give him a call. He'll get it done, and he'll get it done right. Alrighty, let's get this thing off to the goo. What do you say? Now, I don't imagine that this build is going to be very difficult. Hell, I've already done it once. Regardless, I can't just paint the car and call it good. I want it to look right. Once I get it polished up, I'm going to use some 2-part epoxy to fill in some body panels and then make some dents in the rear fender. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's get on to filling those body panels. This resin may be made of pure Chinesium, but it'll work for our purposes. You may be asking why, if I'm going to grind off the hood bulge, am I filling in the body panel on the hood? Well, the answer's simple enough. Even after grinding it off, it may still be visible. I want all these panels to completely disappear under the paint. Now I'll file off all the excess and try to make it as smooth as possible. Again, super special thanks to Eric for sending these pin files. They are super useful. Now, even after I file them off, you're going to see that you can still see the vents in the doors. That's okay. As long as they'll still be hidden under the paint, I don't care. Now, I'm going to use my Dremel tool to bounce around on the rear quarter. It may not be perfect, but it'll simulate the damage to the rear quarter pretty well. Here, you'll see that I change out the head on my Dremel tool. I'm going to use my ball grinder to create some erraticism in the damage on the body. After a little bit of inspection, I'm satisfied, so what do you say we get this thing off the paint? Since I moved in the house because it's so cold out in the shop, I had to bring in my portable paint booth. What do you think? And since I've already done the design for these wheels, you don't have to suffer through a Tinkercad session. I'll get them cleaned up, hardened in the UV light, and then pass them off to Foggy so she can paint them. A parts cleaner would make this a whole lot easier. If you guys want to help out with that, check out the links in our description box. Alrighty, let's pass all these pieces off to Foggy so that she can work her magic. I don't really have much to say here. It's foggy painting parts. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Actually, I do have something to say about this. This is to Mattel. Please stop chroming your interiors. I know your die casts are only $1.25 a piece, but it's really annoying to have to paint over this 6 or 7 times to make it the right color. Man, that woman does some fine work. Alrighty, what do you say we get onto a final fitment and get this thing put back together? First things first, I've got to harvest some axles from another set of wheels. I will say that I did take a little bit of creative liberty here. The back tires on Tony's car aren't that big. I'm really on a roll with this. All right, let's see if we can get this thing back together for one final fitment test. Yeah, I don't think that Tony can complain too much about that. What do you say we get onto the glamour shots?